Hello guys, this video I'm gonna tell you about 3 most important stuff to get 100 mil combo in one run. So, these things are speed, your balance and your base building. Let's just talk about speed because it's the most value thing in the game right now. Tip number 1, you are slow, try to catch closest grind to you so it's gonna speed you up. Tip number 2, you can shuffle some objects, get some speed and avoid double grinding. So how to do that? You have to hold or press your grind immediately after jumping to the other side from the object you started. So if I'm gonna start at the right side and I'm gonna jump to the left, I have to hold my A, which is left, and then D, which is right if I want to come back. Tip number 3. If you are stuck on your manual, you can use late manual to get some speed. So how to do that? Don't press your manual in the air like that. Just when you touch the ground, so game recognizes it like you finished your combo and it's gonna give you some speed. Tip number 4. Use your boneless when you're gonna get penalized for your reverts. For each revert, you get penalized by 20%. So you can use maximum 4 reverts before you're gonna be really slow. So let me show you. If I'm gonna use boneless, I can maintain my speed. So now I'm gonna do the same without boneless. Yeah, if you are stuck, you can use the late manual again and shuffle, and that's alright. Tip number 5. If you are slow, but you can't get the wall right, you can use it to get some extra speed. Just remember, you cannot jump from it, you have to wait till the end. So let me show you again. Gonna lose some speed, do the wall right and manual, and my speed is coming back. Okay, so if you know how to maintain your speed, now let's talk about grind and manual balance meter. Tip number 1. Jump from one object to another as fast as possible. The only issue with it is you don't get any multiplier, but it's gonna hold your grind balance and it's coming back to the middle. So let me show you. I'm gonna move my grind to the right side. Now I'm coming back there. And I'm just jumping. I don't even hold it. Tip number 2. Use shuffle to get back your grind meter to the middle. So let me just break it right now. You also have to keep that in mind. You have to use it from the other side than your balance meter is. So my balance is pushed to the right, so I'm using shuffle to the left. Tip number 3. Try to use curved objects to avoid long grinds. Okay, let's jump to manual balance this time. Tip number 1. Perfect landing slows down your manual balance. Tip number 2. Nose manual moves your manual up and normal manual moves it down. So what does it mean? When your meters go up, I'm recommending to use normal manual, and when it's coming down, try to use nose manual, so it's gonna be stable. As you can see, I'm not holding it that much, I'm just spamming my manual. Oh, perfect landing. You can see how slow it was, not moving at all. You just need to know which manual you have to use, seeing your meter coming up or down. Tip number 3. Don't be afraid when your manual is at the very top or very low of your meter. Just don't move it like that, because you're gonna bail. Make sure you're gonna move it only with small touches when you have to. When it's coming slowly up or down, you don't have to worry about it. Now it's time to teach you how to build your base properly. Every trick in the game has the base value for each stance. You can use every trick for each stance maximum 4 times, or the base value gonna be the lowest. So keep that in mind. So that's 4. Now it's 5 times, and it's not gonna change anymore. So if I used indie backflip already 5 times on regular stance, it doesn't mean for the switch stance gonna be used. So you can still get nice base boost for it. For each spin, you're gonna get 50% of base value of your trick. So if I'm landing 360, it's doubled. So let's land 720, quadrupled. Remember that if you use your trick for the first time, your base value is highest. So let me show you how it's gonna affect the combo. I'm gonna use this trick on regular stance all the time, doing the line. So that's 4 times already, and that was my base. So after wall ride I was getting 540 spin. So if I'm gonna start here using the same special and I'm gonna get only 360, you're gonna see the difference, the base. So my base value is really low right now. So if I'm gonna get it right here, you can see the base difference. Tip number 1. If you use your special for the first time, try to get the best spin for it. So I would recommend to get at least 360 if it's possible. So you can see then I'm just trying to spam it everywhere, get some extra base, and then I'm changing my stance to get 720 again on different stance. So my base value was biggest for it, and I'm not losing any base for it. Tip number 2. You can always add some nice flips to your specials. So the best flips are double tap finger flip, sal flip, and ollie airwalk. Tip number 3. Bigger base value without spin doesn't mean that the special gonna work better on the high spin. So let's take a look at 900. Right here, I can get 360, which is around 18k. So now let's go for indie backflip. At 720, it's 17k. 900 is more worth, but you have to keep that in mind. I was spining for 720. So if I'm gonna add a flip to it, gonna be 20k. Now I'm gonna do the same with indie backflip. So you can see it's already more, because the base value of flip is also spinned by 720 instead of 360. Tip number 4. Create your own trick system for every map. So what trick system is? It's trying to do the specials in the best possible way to get as much base as possible. There are 4 different ways to create your own trick system. So now I'm gonna tell you about all of them and try to explain which one is the best depending of map you're gonna play. The first way I'm gonna try to explain on downtown right here. I'm gonna do that in the middle of the combo, so it's gonna be easier for you to understand. So I'm on the switch right now. I'm getting 720 to boost my base. And then again I'm using it on switch, so that's second time. third time. Then I'm changing my stance for regular. And I'm using it right here on the roof on a regular. So I'm boosting my base because I know I'm not gonna be able to hold my balance for additional loops with this trick. Then I'm going for another one on a regular stance this time. It doesn't matter because I'm changing my stance one by one. So if I land it on regular for the first time, I just have to make sure the next lap is gonna be on the switch. So that's the first way to boost your score using this trick system. Yeah, and now I'm going for next one. And you can see my base is growing pretty well. Second way is for players who are playing Hangar, for example, and they wanna do 2 full loops for each stance. So I'm gonna start on the switch, then again on the switch. I'm getting 540 for it. And now I'm using it anywhere on the same stance, getting only 360, but my base value is already low, so you don't have to worry about it. And then you have to change your stance and again use it twice a row. It's exactly the same, but you just have to change your stance. If you are not sure about that, you can get 2 full loops, try to get 1. So you can use it on the switch, then on the regular to get 540 again, and just spam it anywhere. It's just gonna be harder for you to remember how many times you used it and for what stance, because you always have to keep that in mind. You have to hold your balance. Just make sure you're gonna use the specials for the first time after volley, so you can boost your base with additional spin. Because for example on Whittle I got 540 and right here I'm getting 180 or 360, so you can already see the difference. School 2 is perfect example how to explain third way for trick system. So it's when you have 2 big airs, you can use specials one by one for each stance. So you're gonna get 2 full loops doing that. If you're gonna change your stance, you're gonna get 1 loop when you're gonna use all your specials once. But I would recommend to use 2 different specials, because if you're gonna miss the stance, you don't have to worry about it. I'm going for 2 full loops here for each special. So I got it on the switch. So now I'm going for in the front flip also on switch. And then I'm changing my stance for regular, as you can see. And I'm using in the back flip. Then I'm coming back. And I'm gonna use in the front flip on regular stance also. So the thing is, it's gonna help you when you're gonna miss the stance you want to get. So let's just try. I'm gonna show you what I mean. I'm going for 2 full loops. Let's get to bird on switch, for example. And then I wanna be on the switch again. So if I'm gonna do a mistake, I'm gonna be on regular, like that. I always can remember that I messed up with my Misty flip, so I'm gonna change my stance for get to bird to regular. And now you have to remember, you got Misty flip on regular stance, so we have to change it to switch and get Misty flip, and everything is alright. So the last way is try to use at least 4 or 5 specials in one lap when there is not enough good airs to boost your spin, and make sure you're gonna be on the same stance, or at least you're gonna remember which stance you were using. So I'm trying to be on the switch. possible to get 3 specials on this map, as you can see. So now I changed to regular. So again, I'm gonna go for regular. And right here. And then I'm going for next specials. So there are 3 specials per lap on this map. So it's also switch. And right here. Then I'm changing to regular. And again. Oh, I did random get to bird. But it doesn't matter. Yeah. If you are still here, let me show you bonus tips that's gonna improve your gameplay even more. Tip number 1. It's possible to avoid double grind and don't move your balance meter by doing late grind. So how does it work? It works exactly the same like with late manual. So late manual gives you speed and late grind avoids double grinding. So when you are in the air, don't hold your grind because it's gonna be doubled. Just make sure when he touches the rail, you're gonna click the grind button. It's also possible to avoid double grind on the wall plants. So as you can see, my grind is not moving randomly. You still get penalized for it, but your balance is coming back to the middle. So how to do that? You have to grind at the very beginning of the rail, and before wall plant, you have to jump just for the end. So let me show you. Now it didn't move. So if you're gonna grind at the very beginning and jump immediately, it's gonna move. You can see. And the same right here. So make sure you grind at the very beginning, hold your balance till the end, and then do the wall plant. And it's gonna work. Tip number 2, which is the last one in this video, is gonna be about the manual. If you have problems with your balance, let's take the mole for example. This manual right here, really long, so sometimes you won't be able to hold it. So I would recommend to use 3 manuals a row instead of one long one. So try to do it like that. Even if you're gonna get penalized, it's gonna be more worth because you're gonna hold your balance, and if you're gonna spend around second on it, probably you're gonna bail. Okay guys, that's everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can drop a like, comment down below, or leave a sub. Just let me have a break from this game for today.